everybody, it's Wendy. Welcome. I'm so glad to be back with you after my little vacation break. I really enjoyed my time away. We're going to make this beautiful congratulations card today. I'm making this card for my friend Katina, who promoted to Gold Elite with Stampin' Up. So that was really exciting, and I made her this card to congratulate her. She is in my downline team. And you do just have a few days left to join Stampin' Up! If you're interested in joining and getting $56 in product for free. So if you have any interest in that, go ahead and message me and let me know. Okay, so what you see me cutting up here is a piece of watercolor paper that I did a watercolor wash on using Stampin' Right markers. And I've linked to that video up in the corner. I'm trimming this down because I want to make it smaller to fit on the front of my card. So first I trimmed it down to this size, and then I ended up changing the size, but I'll talk about that in a minute. So the first thing I need to do is stamp my congratulations sentiment on the front of this card. And I'm choosing the congratulations sentiment out of the, I think it's called Wow is the name of the stamp set. I don't know. I need to look. Oh, Bravo. That's the name of it. So I'm stamping this image because I really love this congratulations image. It's just long, it goes down, and it's got some really cool like stars and different writing. It's kind of like a lettering image. So I think that's really fun. I'm inking it up in Versamark ink, and I'm going to go ahead and stamp it down here on top of this. Now, just so you know, this watercolor has been sitting for a couple weeks. It's very, very dry, so I'm not having to worry about it still being wet. Then I'm going to use clear embossing powder, and I'm going to sprinkle the clear embossing powder over the top of this image. Now, like I said, I did a video a few weeks back on how to create these backgrounds and stuff like that. So if you're interested in seeing a longer video that has all that information, you can check that video out. It's also linked at the end of this blog post, or I'm sorry, at the end of this video. You can click on the little slug bug video if you want to see that. But anyway, I'm gonna heat set this, and then yeah, I'll be back. And what this is gonna do is it's going to heat set it and make it turn like a shiny color because it is clear embossing. So it's not changing the color per se, it's just kind of gluing down the watercolor in the background, if you will. So now what I'm doing is I have a nice wide brush here and some just clear water that I'm taking, and I am going to loosen all that ink up on top of this and go back and forth till I've loosened it all up. And then I'm going to take my microfiber cloth and just wipe away all that excess water. And along with that water will come ink. And so what it's going to do is it's going to lighten up everywhere except where the clear heat embossing was. So then that congratulations stands out a lot darker. So that's what I'm doing to pull out that congratulations and have it stand out. And then we're going to go ahead and make the card. Now, after I did this, I decided I wanted to trim down this piece just a little bit more. I really wasn't happy with how wide it was. I originally was going to do something different, and then kind of as I was in the middle of making this, I thought, I want to trim this down more. So that's why you see me messing with it, because I'm sitting there looking at it, trying to decide, what do I want to do here? So I decided I wanted to put some black and white stripe along the edge. This has been my thing recently. I've done this with quite a few cards. I don't know why. All I can say to you is it's like when you find out how to do something new, or there's something that really appeals to you that you're doing, it's like you just can't stop doing it for a period of time. I don't know why. So that's kind of where this is coming from. The black and white stripe edge alongside of a really colorful watercolor background is just super appealing to my eye. And so you've probably seen 3 or 4 cards I've done using this technique because I just love the way it looks. So I'm trimming this off to be 5 1/4 inches long, because that's how my little strip with the congratulations ended up being 2.5 by 5 1/4. And then I'm just going to use snail adhesive here to layer this watercolor piece down to the striped piece. And it just is a good way to layer it down, and I left that stripe piece pretty wide so that the watercolor piece would have more to stick to. Then I'm going to turn over the entire piece, and I'm going to add the foam dimensional tape. This is, I talk about this probably in almost every video because I think I use it a lot. I get it at the hardware store, the local hardware store, and it's fairly inexpensive, although they did just recently raise the price on it, and I think it's because I buy so much of it. So they've like caught on that I'm buying it. So they raised the price, and that really annoyed me. So I'm going to layer this down now to the front of my card and just kind of off to the side, and I'm just going to center it and layer it down. And then I wanted to add balloons to this card. So the way that I'm going to add balloons is a very simple, easy way. We have this great balloon punch, and it punches 2 different sizes of balloons, and I'm punching out 6 of them, and then I layered them all together. I just stacked them directly on top of each other, and I just did them in Whisper White. And I wanted to make kind of like a chipboard piece. So that was my goal here, is kind of making like a chipboard piece for decoration to go on top of this card. So you can see how thick they are. They're nice and thick and sturdy. So then I kind of just messed around till I decided where I wanted to place them exactly. And it took me a little bit to decide because I didn't really want them all the way on the white because I wanted them to show up, but I also didn't want them all the way onto the covering up the congratulations. So it took me a little bit to get them the way I wanted them. And once I decided exactly how I wanted them to be, I used my snail adhesive to adhere the small one. And for this big one, I'm using snail adhesive on half of it, and then I stuck a dimensional on the other half so that it would kind of pop up away from the one side, because that watercolor piece is popped up from the card base. So I needed to make sure I popped this up also. I originally got these ideas for the watercolor backgrounds with the clear heat embossing from Jennifer McGuire. I love her. I watch her videos. She's just amazing. And so, anyway, that's who I originally got this idea from. If you're interested in checking her stuff out, there is a link on my blog. Okay, so I have everything on that I wanted to get on there, and then I decided I thought it needed some sequins because everything needs sequins. So I get these sequins for $1.99 at our local market. It's called Claypool's Market, and they just have a little bitty section of crafting supplies, and they happen to have sequins in like every color. So I buy really cheap sequins because, let's face it, sequins are sequins, right? We don't have to invest tons of money into sequins. So it's just a couple bucks and I get this huge bucket of beautiful sequins, and I love that. So I'm using my Tombow adhesive here in my fine tip glue pen to just adhere these sequins down. They're green and they really pick up the blue also, and so that's really nice. And overall, I just love how this card turned out. You can see more pictures of this card over on my blog if you're wanting to see photos. Also, as I'm adhering these sequins, I just want to share with you, like I mentioned, Celebration is almost over. It ends on March 31st. If you're not familiar with celebrations, every $50 in product that you purchase, you get to choose a free item from the Celebration catalog. Also, you can sign up to be a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and you can just do it as a hobby. There's no requirement for you to do it as a business. And it's $99, but you get to choose $155 in product. So I hope you love this card as much as I do, and I hope you'll consider purchasing the Stampin' Up! Starter Kit. And if you want to watch more of my videos, you can click on either one of these images to be taken to them. I hope you subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit the thumbs up for this video. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.